What's going on, my fried shrimp? It's your boy Austin here, better known as Glowl on the World Wide Web. And over the past couple of weeks, I've been going over with you guys on Twitter a kind of controversial subject. See, I've been making polls on Twitter asking people what their favorite starter was, because I figured it'd be cool to do a video about this, kind of just, ask the people out there on Twitter who did vote. Thank you to those who have voted, because not many people follow me on Twitter or stuff. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, definitely links down below, at It's Glowl. Follow me on Twitter and you guys can take part in videos like this. Honestly, I just want more followers, but I figured, I don't know, I could make a video about it. So yeah, pretty much I made a poll and had you guys vote on Twitter which one of the starters out of the three you like the best. So I did this with each region, each generation. I did one of these polls. So we're just going to sit down here and talk about it and kind of just discuss it and go over what I think about these. First up, we have Generation 1 here, and out of the votes, to no surprise, the winner was Charmander. Now, honestly, I kind of saw this one coming. Everybody loves Charizard. Charizard was one of the most popular Pokemon of the year, and he's always just been one of the most popular Pokemon. So having Charizard, or Charmander himself, be the winner here didn't really surprise me. I will say I was rooting for Bulbasaur, and obviously Bulbasaur and Squirtle were tied in this. So they both were, they both were in second, but Charmander did pull out the lead and he managed to win this one. Like I said, it's real no big surprise. Everybody and their mothers love Charizard, Charmander, that whole thing. He had a really good episode in the anime where his tail was going out and it made everybody cry. But yeah, so I definitely think, Charmander, I agree with this. I do think Charmander is the most popular of these three. For the second generation with Chikorita, Totodile, and Cyndaquil, the winner was actually Cyndaquil. Now, I didn't know if I was assuming Cyndaquil would be the winner here. I didn't really know what to think. I kind of actually thought Totodile might have won this one. I feel like I see a lot more Totodile support on my timeline than I do Cyndaquil. But, I guess I definitely live in the minority here, because my favorite of these three is actually Chikorita. And I know that's very... oof, no, nobody likes Chikorita. As you can see, it got 12.5% of the votes, but I've always liked Chikorita. She was my choice when I played through the games originally, and it's always just kind of been that way. I don't know why, but I've always really liked Chikorita. I even said down here that, y'all letting Chikorita down, and Dylan says, imagine choosing Chikorita. Dylan, look at how precious she is. Come on now, look at how precious this little bean thing is. You're telling me you don't want to pick her? But yeah, so Cyndaquil was the winner here. A little bit bummed Chikorita got shafted like that, but it's okay. For the next generation, Gen 3, we had Trico versus Mudkip and Torchic. This one here was also, I didn't really know which way it was going to go, because I kind of thought maybe Mudkip would have it, because of the whole, yeah, I heard you like Mudkip's meme. I'm sure you probably know what I mean. If you don't, this. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought Mudkip would be the winner here, but I guess over the last couple years, more people have fallen for Trico, which kind of surprises me. I will say, out of these three, my favorite Mega was Mega Sceptile, and then I guess even Grovyle had that big thing in Mystery Dungeon, so that could kind of work with why Trico actually did end up winning. But yeah, I don't know. So this one's okay. I'll accept this one. I don't really have a strong opinion for any of these three. They're just kind of there for me. So I'm okay with Trico winning. Obviously, I like grass type Pokemon, so showing Trico some love doesn't hurt. Generation 4, a very hot topic among the Pokemon community around these times, because everybody wants Gen 4 remakes, and I do as well. I would love a Gen 4 remake, so it's important to discuss which starter from that generation we would actually choose. And between Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar, people obviously, as you can see in the poll, they did choose Piplup, which I think personally, this is the strongest generation as far as starters go, because all 3 of those are really good starters. I don't think one of those is lacking in any way. I would say the only thing that takes away from any of these is that Chimchar is the second fire and fighting starter, so that might have something to do with it. Maybe a lot of the love from Piplup also comes from the anime with Dawn and everything like that, or maybe people just prefer Piplup. It is a very cute Pokemon, there's no doubt about that. For me, I would have personally chose Turtwig once again. Maybe it's a grass type starter thing, maybe I just have one of those, I don't know. But I just really love Torterra because he's a giant, he's like literally a continent. He has a whole ecosystem on his back. I don't know, I always think that was really cool. He's a giant, you know, a giant landmass. It's so cool. Generation 5. This generation is important to me because it is my favorite generation. And Snivy obviously won this vote, but it was Snivy, Oshawott, and Tepig. Snivy obviously destroyed this. Everyone loves Snivy. It's weird because Oshawott got really no votes at all. And I'm kind of I don't know. I thought people liked Oshawott, but I think this one, this generation's kind of weird because for a lot of people, I feel like people either love these starters or they hate them, because either Gen 5 a lot of people like it or dislike it. There's not really like an okay. I feel like there's not one that's like kinda. Down here in the comments I said this was the most important one, please choose carefully, and that was because this generation, like I said, is my favorite, and my favorite all-time starter is actually in this generation. I think the best starter out of every starter in the games, I think, goes to Tepig in my personal opinion. I believe Tepig is, I just think he's the best. I don't know, he's very, I really like his design. I think it fits him, he's cool. The whole fire aspect, the giant wrestling boar, I think it's really cool. Like I said, this is all like personal preference, so if you don't agree with it, that's fine. Well, but we're here to discuss it, we're here to talk. You know, I made these polls, and obviously even though I think my favorite is Tepig, apparently no one else does, because Snivy is actually the winner. And even the comments I got on this one, they said that Snivy was the best, you know, agreed. And then he even misclicked Tepig, but he meant Snivy, so that was one less vote for Tepig. Coming up next here is one of my least favorite generations. We have Chespin, Froakie, and Fennekin. And actually, surprisingly, the last generation, Tepig being my all-time favorite starter, is one of the only starters. It's the very first starter from the last generations that isn't a grass type. That was my favorite. Just wanted to point that out there. I felt like that was something interesting. I don't know why it's Tepig, but it is, because in this generation my favorite is Froakie. So after Gen 4 they stopped making good grass type starters. That's what I'm saying. Alright, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, so Chespin, Froakie, and Fennekin here. A lovely amount of 12 people voted in this one. So I wanted to say thank you all so much for all of that. But no, for real, Chespin, Froakie, and Fennekin. I'm surprised that Fennekin got more votes than Chespin, because as much as I absolutely hate, I don't even know its name. What's the final evolution of Chespin called? Yeah, as much as I dislike Chestnut, I really don't like the Fennekin line. As much as I don't like Chestnut, I really don't like the Fennekin line. And it's kind of shocking that I feel like more people like the Fennekin line. I'm wondering if that is because of I wonder if that's because of Breaksin and Pokken. Probably not, but it might be. I don't know. I guess I really don't see much love for the Chespin line either, but I think out of the very first three, like out of just these 3 Pokemon, not counting their evolutions, I think Chespin does look the coolest. But as soon as Chestnut and even Quilladin, as soon as that was a thing, it just I lost all hope for Chespin. Froakie is obviously the choice because of Ash Greninja. That was the whole thing. Greninja in the anime was absolutely like one of the Ash's best Pokemon. Everybody loves Froakie. Everyone loves Greninja. So this doesn't surprise me. And like I said with the Fennekin line, maybe the whole Breaks and hype in Pokken did something for that, but I don't know. Who knows? In Generation 7, we have Rowlet, Popplio, and Litten. And this one did kind of shock me as well, because I feel like Litten is a lot more popular than these 11 people made it seem. You know what I mean? I feel like Litten is pretty cool. My favorite is being Rowlet, though. My favorite out of these 3 is Rowlet, so I'm happy that he was put in this position. Popplio, I feel like a lot of people like Poplio, but not its evolution, so maybe if they were taking that into account, that's why. Primarina is really cool though. And Litten, I didn't like Incineroar at first, but I kind of play him a little bit in Smash, so obviously that kind of makes me like him a bit more. I'm just kind of used to seeing him, and he's like a comfortable pick for me, you know what I mean? But yeah, Decidueye is the coolest. I chose Rowlet on my first playthrough of these games. And yeah, so I really like Rowlet, so I'm happy with this choice. And last but not least, the most recent generation of Pokemon, Generation 8, Sword and Shield. The most recent starter debate is Grookey, Sobble, and Scorbunny. Now, I don't know if this is because I am Sobble Gang myself, so the people I follow and the people that follow me are also Sobble Gang. I don't know if it's one of those things, but Sobble did come out on top as the most popular Generation 8 starter. Grookey, you fell short, bud. I am sorry. I know Spectre likes Grookey. I'm sorry, Spectre, man. But Grookey did not win here. Scorbunny fought hard. You know, second place. You know, it's the second best. It's not too bad, right? It's okay. It's in the middle. Sorry, babe. My girlfriend, her favorite Scorbunny, it lost. But you know, Sobble really takes a championship here. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to do that. Hop on my Twitter, do some polls, and just kind of discuss what happens after that. What we think about these choices. I did do another one of these, asking people what their favorite box art legends were. So that will be coming out in the near future. So if you're excited for that, make sure you subscribe and join the Fried Shrimp so you can see that when it comes out. And if you have any other suggestions of these that I can do, definitely let me know down below because I will do it. Follow me on Twitter if you want to partake and vote in any of these. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, my name is Austin, better known as Glowl on the World Wide Web, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hide your bump the like button. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.